As a pet owner and a generally busy person, I've owned a robot vacuum of one kind or another for years. The convenience and ease with which they can keep your home tidy between deeper cleanings has been really important to me. While the cleaning properties and the helpfulness of these gadgets has been hard to argue with, the price has kept this technology out of reach for a lot of customers. I'm Erin from TechGadgetsCanada.com, and that may change with the launch of the new Roomba i3 Plus robot vacuum. This iRobot version is packed with features and has a softer new look. Most importantly, starting at a much more budget-friendly $749 Canadian dollars, the Roomba i3 Plus gives you some of the features of the higher-end Roombas, like intelligent navigation and self-emptying capabilities using the Clean Base automatic dirt disposal here. And it also lets you control almost every aspect of your clean using the iRobot app. So is this budget bot on par with pricier vacuums, and how well does it clean? Let's dig in, since I had a chance to have one of these running in my home for a few weeks of testing and review. An early heads up, if you end up liking this video and finding it helpful, please hit that like button and give me a sub, because it does help me keep making more videos that I hope everyone out there can watch, enjoy, and learn from. So what do you get with the iRobot Roomba i3 Plus? In the package, you'll get the new look round Roomba vacuum. The new look is thanks to a softer woven panel on the top of the bot there. While iRobot says it's meant to be more durable and that the woven texture will minimize fingerprints and collect less dust, I think it's more likely you just won't be able to see the dust and prints so well anymore thanks to that textured surface. The i3 Plus works just like any other Roomba. It kind of feels its way around your room by nudging into things and then avoiding obstacles or blocks and moving on. One key difference in this robot over the more expensive ones, it doesn't have smart home mapping, so it can't be called upon to clean certain rooms specifically, but it does have what iRobot calls intelligent navigation, where it can supposedly sort of see around obstacles. I feel like this one navigates more by touch than by sight, since it does kind of bump its way around, but it's not violent enough to damage anything in your house. Cliff sensors, by the way, also will prevent this from falling down the stairs. Also in the kit, you will get the iRobot Clean Base automatic dirt disposal unit. Now, this automatic emptying container was launched a couple of years ago on the pricier Roombas like the i7 and the S9, and the plus, by the way, in the name indicates that the disposal base is included with whatever you're buying. Now, you do also have the option, I should say, of just purchasing the vacuum bot for a lower price too, if that's the way you want to go. So what is the advantage of the iRobot Clean Base automatic dirt disposal unit? It is a mouthful. This dustbin is a game changer for vacuum owners, and it has a few features which make it an upgrade actually worth considering. The Clean Base means the Roomba can now empty itself out after every cleaning. The newest robot in the Roomba fleet here is available with this special dock that contains the dustbin and a sealed dustbin bag inside, so that anytime the Roomba is full, it'll just head back to its base station here and automatically empty itself. The dock is also a charging station, and the robot will go home to recharge before finishing a clean if it does need to. Once it docks, you'll hear the internal vacuum come on, and yes, this is very much a vacuum within a vacuum. And it sucks out all the dirt from the onboard dustbin into a bag inside the base. You will never see a grain of dirt. The emptying process is pretty loud, and I'd say it sounds like a regular upright vacuum on full, and it's definitely quite a contrast to the low noise level of the Roomba itself. The Roomba i3 Plus and its Clean Base also has a high-efficiency filter and allergen lock bags that are supposed to capture about 99% of things like pollen, mold, and dust mites, plus cat and dog allergens. That's according to iRobot. That means that when the vacuum empties itself, it's not spewing dirty air back into the room. The base and the bags should hold about 60 days worth of cleaning debris, depending on how often you use your bot. In my experience, sweeping up just every few days only, the bag lasted about 4 months. Best of all, when the bag is full, you just lift it out and toss the whole thing away. Let's talk about what you're getting and what you're not getting with the iRobot Roomba i3 Plus here. Now, when you compare this one to the much more expensive Roombas, the thing that's missing is smart home mapping. This feature allows the robot to create a virtual map of your home, so you can ask your virtual digital assistant like Google or Alexa to clean certain rooms in your house, or you can set cleaning schedules for those rooms on certain days, for example. Now, despite this being a lower cost robot vacuum, the i3 Plus still offers other handy features such as suction boost, which increases its suction power when it detects that it's actually on top of carpet, so it can power that dirt more deeply out of the carpet fibers.
To the question you all no doubt have now, how well does this less expensive Roomba clean? Overall, I've found Roombas clean really well, and this robot is no exception. Roombas can pick up a lot of different things, from pet hair to crumbs, from fine dirt like flour to grittier bits like cereal or crackers.
Something called Dirt Detect technology removes dirt from high traffic spots thanks to special sensors that recognize areas that need more attention. iRobot says that will prompt your bot to then clean them more thoroughly. In my experience with this, it was kind of hard to see it working. I didn't notice it going over certain spots really any more than others, so at this point, I think I'm just going to have to take iRobot's word for this one.
The i3 can get around and underneath things where pet hair tends to collect, like under chairs, dressers, and in narrower spaces in the hallways. The i3 even did a good job of getting into some tighter spaces and getting close to corners thanks to his spinning brush near the front of the bot. However, the overall round shape means this guy can't get into them just perfectly.
That's another difference the i3 Plus has from the more expensive i7 or S9. The D shape of those Roombas are meant to let them nudge into corners a little better. Now, with that said, the tiny brushes that extend from the Roomba i3 does increase the robot's reach a little bit. Overall, I was pretty happy with how the robot was able to clean and the spaces he was able to get into. But yes, corners and narrow areas are sometimes a challenge. Does the Roomba i3 get stuck? I will say I have come home a couple times to find pretty much every Roomba I've tried either hovering over the stairs or stuck on a stray pair of underwear. That's because if the robot gets into a spot he can't get out of, he will just shut down and wait for you to rescue him. You'll probably hear a few help me chirps, I guess. iRobot says you're really supposed to be picking up stuff before your bot heads out to sweep, and that's supposed to prevent any hangups. And I will say generally when the bot did get stuck, it was on some stray item that found its way to my floor, not on things like carpet or edges or transitions so much. So I guess you could say that's my fault that it gets stuck. Even so, I do wish these bots could maybe see these hazards a bit better and maybe back away from them. I do find that Roombas, though, are the least likely of all the robot vacuums I've reviewed to get stuck in the first place.
Using the schedule feature in the iRobot app, you can choose which days of the week and times of day you'd like your robot to clean for you, making it easy to sweep up while you're at work or just out. I always get asked if these robot vacuums are noisy. I can say with confidence that really all vacuums are noisy. Where we can debate is the degree of noise.
Most folks would not be able to sleep through a robot vacuum cleaning cycle, and you probably wouldn't want to take a Zoom call when it's running. The handy thing about your robot housekeeper, though, is that you can schedule him to do your bidding while you're outside running errands or otherwise not at home.
The emptying of the dustbin, on the other hand, is ear-splittingly loud, even when it happens across the house. One of the great things about iRobot's Roomba devices is that it works with your smart digital assistant, including Amazon Alexa and Google Assistant.
That means you can just ask your assistant to send it out, send it home, or pause your clean. I've found the digital assistant features work really well and they are super convenient. Getting them set up essentially involves linking your digital assistant app to the iRobot app, and from there you can just say, tell Roomba to sweep the house. If you're wondering, can a Roomba robot vacuum replace an upright vacuum? This is a question I get all the time. The answer is, that depends. While Roombas are a great way to keep regular maintenance down, it can't go everywhere. In my experience, it does a lot, but you may still need to keep a larger or more powerful vacuum with some attachments to do deeper cleans now and then, or to get into smaller spaces or handle things like carpet or upholstery. Overall, this vacuum does a lot. It cleans really well, and I love the automatic dirt disposal since it's cleaner, and it means I don't need to empty my bot out daily. Any downsides to this device can really be fixed by upgrading to a different model of Roomba. If you want to get something like that home mapping and be able to clean room by room, you can upgrade to an i7 or an S9. Now, while I do think Roombas still get caught or stuck on stuff, maybe more than they should, I do know that is a hazard of me not picking up things like dog toys, socks, or phone cords. I think this Roomba is a great blend of useful features at an affordable price point. The iRobot Roomba i3 Plus with clean base automatic dirt disposal sells for about 749 Canadian dollars. And if you want the robot on its own, you can get it for 499 Canadian. By the way, the i7 Plus by comparison sells for 999 and the S9 Plus is 1399. If you want to read this review or reference any of what I talked about or those how-to instructions I mentioned, you can head over to techgadgetscanada.com where I've got a full write-up. You can also ask me any questions you have about this device either there on the blog or, as always, here on the YouTube channel. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Erin. Until the next time, you can find me on either Twitter or Instagram. I'm at ErinLYYC. You can also catch me on Facebook at facebook.com/techgadgetscanada.